Every Atlanta United fan knows that the 2018 MLS Cup winning side is objectively the best version in the club's short history. So in this video, we're going to decide which team was better, Tata Martino's team that made its MLS debut in 2017, or Frank de Boer's 2019 side that got off to a slow start but ended up claiming the club's first ever US Open Cup. We will measure the teams on 5 criteria: attack, defense, style of play, versatility, and what we're simply calling clutch, a measure of the team's performance in big games. But before we dig in, please take 2 clicks to help us out here by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. It costs nothing and it really does help us out. Okay, let's break down the teams. What Tata Martino accomplished in his first year with the club is really pretty incredible. The first ever iteration of Atlanta United finished the season as the 5th highest scoring side in league history with 70 goals. Frank de Boer's team, on the other hand, had its well-documented struggles as the team grappled with new players and new tactics, but the key difference in potency between the two sides might be down to the performances of particular players, for better and for worse. The 2019 team saw Pity Martinez struggle to adapt to a new league, and another of the designated players, Ezequiel Barco, missed the majority of the season with injury. Martino's side was spearheaded by a dynamic Miguel Almiron, a creative hub in Yamil Asad, and the most productive season Five Stripes fans ever saw from Tito Villalba. There's not much to contest here. Chalk this one up for 2017. I know what you're thinking. For as easy it was to determine which team was better in the attack, the same is true in defense for Frank de Boer's side in 2019. But digging a little deeper, Tata Martino's 2017 team allowed fewer goals than the team did in 2019. This is largely due to the fact that Martino's teams never got blown out, never allowing more than 3 goals in a game during the regular season. De Boer's team had some stinkers defensively that inflated the goal totals, allowing 5 in a game against Chicago and 4 goals twice against LAFC and NYCFC. Still, De Boer's side managed a club record 5 straight clean sheets early in the season, an impressive feat, no doubt. Looking at the personnel, there's one glaring difference between the two sides in the shape of a 6'3" athletic freak in Miles Robinson. His emergence under Frank de Boer was the primary difference between the two sides, but having Franco Escobar at right back over Tyrone Mears doesn't hurt either. It's close, but we're giving this one to 2019. This category is maybe the most subjective of the bunch. Some fans prefer the idea of what Frank de Boer attempted to implement in Atlanta, which was a high-possession, precise passing game attempting to carve open opposition defenses with slick 1-2 combinations. When it worked, it produced some of the prettiest goals Atlanta fans have ever seen. But it's difficult to argue that this style was preferred over that of Martino's, which was to run and gun, get up the field at breakneck speed, exploit wide areas with overloads, and get as many crosses into the box as possible. While it was more reliant on volume than precision, its effectiveness can't be argued, and neither can the fans' affinity for watching it. Chalk this one up for 2017. If there was a calling card for Frank de Boer's team in 2019, it was the team's versatility as he fluctuated between a back 4 and a back 3, including a tactical switch mid-season that changed the tenor of the campaign. De Boer also managed to turn mid-season acquisition Justin Meram, an attacking midfielder by trade, into a very solid wingback on Atlanta's left side that had been ravaged by injuries. That's not to say that Tata Martino's team in 2017 was static. Though Martino didn't start toying with a back 3 until early in 2018, his 4-2-3-1 and 4-3-3 were very flexible shapes that varied on the phase of play. In possession, the team would often look like a back 3 with a midfielder dropping deep and allowing the fullbacks to push forward on the wings. Still, we're giving this one to the 2019 team. In the deciding category, there is not any question as to which team performed better in the high-pressure situations. For all the successes of Atlanta's debut season in MLS, maybe the only failing was its inability to turn its performances into substantive wins. As enthralling as the inaugural game was against New York Red Bulls at Bobby Dodd Stadium, the Five Stripes let a lead slip late. Down the stretch of the season, the team dropped points at critical junctures as it failed to secure a first-round bye, a failure that proved pivotal as the team lost its first playoff game in heartbreaking fashion at Mercedes-Benz Stadium to the Columbus Crew. On the other side of the coin, Frank de Boer's team performed best when it mattered most. The team won the US Open Cup despite being shorthanded throughout the competition, missing Josef Martinez and Ezequiel Barco at various times. But the most impressive display may have been the team's 3-2 win over Club America as the first MLS winners of the newly established Campeones Cup. And while the team did fall at home, one game short of its second straight MLS Cup to Toronto FC, Atlanta dominated that match. It was incredibly unfortunate that Josef Martinez was forced to play through an injury and missed a penalty that might have put the game out of reach for Toronto early. So with that, we're awarding the final and decisive category to Frank de Boer's 2019 team. That's our opinion, but let's get your take in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.